Hari Om, Bhagavad Gita, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, chapter 18, verse 73. Bhagavan Krishna, in the last verse, asked Arjuna two questions. Hey Arjuna, did you listen attentively to the Gita Shastra? Two, has your delusion been destroyed? So, this verse is Arjuna is answering Bhagavan's question. Verse 73. Arjuna uvacha natto mogat smritirlaptam tvat prasadan mayachyutam sitosmi gada sandegagam karishye vachanam tavam. Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, Arjuna in this verse addresses Krishna as Achyuta. Achyuta means the one who is free from any kind of change. Arjuna says, my delusion is gone. I have gained the recognition of myself. That is, I have gained the knowledge of Atma. How? Arjuna says, Tvat Prasadat. Hare Krishna, by the grace of you, by your grace. Further he says, Gata Sandeha. That is, all doubts have been destroyed. Arjuna is now ready to act according to the words of Bhagavan Krishna. He can do what is to be done in that situation because it has to be done. There is no other choice for Arjuna. Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, Arjuna has his own prarabdha karma. That is why he is born. Therefore, he must act. If he has gained knowledge, then he does not lose anything by doing his karma, but is merely fulfilling his prarabdha karma. Adi Shankara says, Arjuna has gained the knowledge of Atma, not just freedom from confusion of dharma and adharma. The delusion that was born is due to ignorance, ajnana, which is the cause of samsara. That samsara is very difficult to cross. It is like ocean. Only on recognition of the self, that delusion will go, which is completely free from all motions. The self is always self-evident. Nobody needs to tell you. If they touch you, if they call you, immediately you respond. How? The self is always self-evident. And thus knowledge is only recognition of what is. Adi Shankara says that the recognition, the gain, is of the truth of Atma. Because of that gain, one is released from all the knots of the heart. Hridaya Grantha. Already we have studied this. He is released from all the knots of the heart in the form of ignorance, desire, and the actions that arise out of those desires. By saying delusion is gone, Arjuna is really thanking his teacher. Adi Shankara says that from the question of Bhagavan Krishna and from the answer of Arjuna, it is clear that study of Gita Shastra results in elimination of delusion, that is moga. It is also clear that removal of samsara takes place when the removal of delusion takes place. Therefore, delusion is the cause of samsara, which means there is actually no real samsara. It is only a delusion. The destruction of the delusion takes place only by way of knowledge. Because of that, there is both recognition, that is smriti, and gain, that is labha of Atma. This is the result of study of Gita Shastra. Swami Dayananda Saraswati says that it is also shown by Shruti and in the Upanishads that where is delusion, where is sorrow for the person who sees the oneness of the Atma? Where is delusion? Where is sorrow for the person who sees the oneness of the Atma. Arjuna, now free from all doubts, he says, I will do what you have said. Tava vachanam karishi. Whatever you have said, I will do. That is what Arjuna is saying. Adi Shankara says, the meaning of this statement is, by your grace, I am fulfilled. There is nothing that remains to be done by me. In gaining moksha, all the purusharthas are gained. So, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. If you gain moksha, then all the three automatically is gained. Therefore, Arjuna can say, there is no longer anything for me to do. Earlier, he wanted to run away from the battlefield to a calm place, maybe Rishikesh, maybe Himalayas, or to a cave. Now he finds whatever is to be done, he can do without any problem. Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, from this we also understand that the pursuit of inquiring into Shastra continues until the delusion is gone. People like us, we have to continuously read till the time the delusion is gone. Swami Chinmayananda says, Arjuna confesses that his confusion have ended, not because he has unquestioningly swallowed the logic of Bhagavan Krishna, but because he himself says, I have gained a recognition of my real nature. The hero in me has now become awakened, and the neurotic condition that had temporarily conquered my mind, that has totally ended. That is what Arjuna is saying. Hare Krishna, I am awakened. I have gained my recognition. I know who am I. Swami Chinmayananda says it is like somebody getting drunk. After that drunkenness is gone, now he realizes who he is, who I am. I was the CEO. Or a person who temporarily gets angry, or a person who gets temporarily affected by some amnesia or something. Then when he gains his balance, then he says, yeah, now I know who I am. Similar to that, Arjuna is saying. Swami Chinmayananda says, such a revival within and a rediscovery of our personality are possible for all of us. It is not only for Arjuna, it is for all of us. But if only we truly understand the significance of Gita philosophy. So you have to understand, you have to read daily, you have to assimilate, understand, apply it in your life. The infinite nature of perfection is our own. It is not something that we have to gain from somewhere by the intervention of some outer agency. Nobody is needed. It is, you can gain it by your own effort. It is not something that we have to gain from somewhere by the intervention of some outer agency. This mighty being within ourselves is now lying veiled beneath our own egocentric confusions and abject fears. It is there, but it is not seen. It is not coming out. It is veiled. Even while we are confused and confounded and helplessly suffering the tragic sorrows of our ego, we are in reality none other than our own self. Even while sleeping, your self is there. It is present. When the dream ends, the confusions also end, and we awaken to our real nature. So too in our life. That is the truth. This awakening of the divine in us is the end of the beast within, the animal man that is there in us. So once you get awakened, the divine nature will come out, not the animal nature. Then Gata Sandeha, in this new-founded equilibrium, born out of wisdom, Arjuna experiences an unshakable balance established upon from foundations. All vacillations of the mind, doubts and despairs, dejections and hesitations, fears and weaknesses All of them have left him. With such a revived personality, when Arjuna re-evaluates the situation, he finds no difficulty at all in discovering what exactly is his duty. He openly declares to Krishna, I will do according to your word. That is what he says. Hare Krishna, I will do according to your word, your words. For in the Gita, Lord Krishna stands for the divine spark of existence, manifested as pure intelligence. This we must appreciate. The entire Gita, Lord Krishna stands for the divine spark of existence, manifested as pure intelligence. Swami Chinmayananda says, all students who have fully understood Gita have a clear picture of goal of life. They know what path to follow, how to withdraw from the false bylanes of existence. The students will surrender themselves, each to their own integrated inner personality, to surrender to our own higher intellect, and to declare confidently and with faith, I shall do thy bidding. That is the beginning and end of the spiritual life. This is what Swami Chinmayananda says. I want to add a few more words to whatever the Acharyas have said. So, with all humbleness, why I say I have already said several times, it is a caution. In my view, this is the most important verse in the Bhagavad Gita, the entire Bhagavad Gita. This is the most important verse. Why? Arjuna is saying, Tvat Prasadat. I gained this knowledge because of what? Tvat Prasadat. Because of your grace. That is, for getting moksha, two types of graces are required. One is the grace of Guru, and the other is grace of Bhagavan Krishna. For Arjuna, it so happened the Guru and Bhagavan both are same. For us, the Guru may be different. So you need the grace of your Guru and you need the grace of Bhagavan Krishna also. Otherwise, it is, I am sorry to say, it is not possible. One. Two, those days, Guru will not ask anything from Shishyas or disciples for teaching, especially Gita Sastra. No, nothing, even till today. If you are a renowned Guru, if you are really following Gita principles, you will not charge even 1 rupee from your disciples. The disciple has to understand from the mind of the Guru what he needs, what the Guru needs, by keenly observing the Guru. Nowadays, if you see in the institutions, tuition fee they will fix per annum, 1 lakh. Unless you pay it, you won't be admitted into the class. After you pay it, whether you attend the class or not, teacher is not bothered. Those days it is not like that. Guru won't ask anything. He will not open his mouth. Student has to know the mind of the Guru and give the Guru Kanikai or Guru Dakshina. Arjuna is completely devoted to his Guru, Bhagavan Krishna. Absolute, rapt attention. Now, what is the mind of the Guru? Guru expressed his mind implicitly in chapter 11, verse 33. Bhagavan said in chapter 11, verse 33, Tasmat tvamuttita yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshva rajyam samruddham mayaivaite nigata purvameva nimitta matram bhavasavya. Bhagavan said, hey Arjuna, stand up and get the fame. Conquer your enemies and enjoy the flourishing kingdom. They have already been slain. Your enemies have been slain. You be mere an instrument in my hands, like the flute. You became a flute in my hand. The melody will come out automatically. I will blow the flute and it will come out. Similarly, Bhagavan says, you become an instrument in my hand. Here, conquer the enemies means your inner and outer enemies. Enjoy the kingdom means your inner kingdom and outer kingdom, not only the Rajya. In fact, winning the outer kingdom is easy. Winning the inner kingdom is difficult. So both the enemies you have to win. Now in this verse, Arjuna says, Hare Krishna, I will do according to your words. That is, what is the wish of Guru? Win both, win your outer enemies and inner enemies. Now Arjuna says, guarantees, I am giving you that as a Guru Dakshina. So that is what I think. Third, the words of Arjuna represent total surrender to Bhagavan. There is nothing to offer to Bhagavan Krishna in that battlefield. Where will you get for the pounded rice or curd rice or butter or ghee to offer to Bhagavan? So what Arjuna is giving is offering himself to Bhagavan Krishna. You take me. You do whatever you want. That is what he is doing. By surrendering to Rama, Vibhishna got Lord Rama's protection. By becoming an instrument of Bhagavan, Arjuna has totally surrendered to Bhagavan Krishna. That is one more point. Then in verse 67, Bhagavan said, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja agam tva sarva pabebhyah mokshayishyami ma shuchah. Bhagavan said, you abandon all the dharmas and take refuge in me. In me alone, I will liberate you from all sins. Do not grieve. This is the promise given by Bhagavan. Even though it is addressed to Arjuna, it is not only for Arjuna. It is a promise for all. But the question is whether we have become an instrument in the hands of Bhagavan Krishna, like Arjuna, by offering ourselves. Then only the protection will extend. Bhagavan promise is promise. Whether you have taken that promise or not, that is the question. For example, Bhagavan Krishna lifted Govardhan Giri, we all know, for saving the Gobas and Gobis from the torrential rain. Indra ordered torrential rain. But Bhagavan Krishna lifted the Govardhan Giri. All the Gobas and Gobis came under that hill. So they saved themselves. Those who came and stood below the hill, they were saved. Similarly, Bhagavan assures protection from the torrential sorrows of the samsara, if only we become an instrument in his hands. Whether you have become an instrument or not, choice is yours, choice is ours. That is what I feel. Fine. Fifth point, we have already seen Shiva burnt Kamadeva, that is the god of love or desires, by opening his wisdom eye or third eye. That is the fire of knowledge. Shiva opens his third eye means what? Wisdom eye. He opened his wisdom eye. So Kamadeva could not touch him. He cannot touch him because he has the knowledge. Arjuna says, I have gained the wisdom eye. And by that third eye, I have destroyed my delusion or confusion. Incidentally, today is Mahashivaratri. So in Mahashivaratri, whether Bhagavad Gita opened your third eye or not, it must be opened. It will open. It cannot, no one can say it cannot open. Once the seed is there, automatically it will grow into the tree. So wisdom eye will definitely open. Then last point, sixth, a judge who sentences a terrorist to death by hanging, he can never be punished either in this world or in the next world. He is well protected by the constitution in the discharge of his functions in this world, because he is going by the book, law book, and says no, he is a terrorist, he killed so many people, so he must be hanged. He will declare and go happily and sleep. By dharma, he is doing his duty, discharging his duty as a judge. So in the outer world, since he is discharging his dharma, he will definitely go to heaven. The supreme constitution of this universe, who is that? Bhagavan Krishna. Once Arjuna becomes an instrument in the hands of Bhagavan Krishna, naturally he is well protected. That is what I wanted to say. Verse 73 again. Arjuna uvacha nashto mogasmridhirlaptam tvat prasadan mayachyutam sitosmi gada sandegagam karishye vachanam tavam. Verse 73 again. Arjuna uvacha natto mogas smridhirlaptam tvat prasadan mayachyutam sitosmi gada sandegagam karishye vachanam tavam. So Bhagavad Gita is complete with this verse. But Sanjaya, who was narrating this to Dhritarashtra, he wants to say something more. What are those? That we will see tomorrow. Harihom Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Narayana 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 Narayana.